In today's video, I'll be showing you how to cook a Jamaican jerk chicken stew. And that's the way I like to cook it. And it's personal preference. So I'm just setting up a couple things. Wait until we get some more people logged on. Welcome to the channel, everyone. Welcome. So I'm just getting these set up properly. Wait till some more logged on, then I'll start. Yeah, as I was saying, what I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna cook my Sunday dinner now, the way I like it. So what I'm gonna do, I have some chicken here. I'm gonna set this aside. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get my mixture ready. So I'm using some garlic, and I'm using some pimento leaf. I have nutmeg, but I'll use about half of that nutmeg, which is personal preference. Okay, so I'm using about that nutmeg. I'll set the rest aside. I'm using some pimento berries. I'm going to use half of this Scotch bonnet. That should be all right. So I'll just set that aside. I'm going to use a bit of spring onion. This is cinnamon leaf, and I'll be using a bit of onion. So I'll set this aside. So I'm just cleaning up as I go, because it's much easier. It's always normal for a chef to clean as you go. Welcome to the channel, everyone. Welcome to the live channel. My name is Linden Houston. Welcome to Linden Houston Cooking. If this is the first time you're watching this channel, just to let you know you're welcome. I'm happy to have you. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, leave positive comment. So I'm just going to use a small blender. If it's come up to too much, I will just change it over to a bigger one, because it's already getting full up. So I'm just going to go ahead and I will take in the skin off this. So today I'll be showing you my version of cooking like, you know, in the Caribbean, you have, especially in Jamaica, you have brown stew chicken. Well, this is going to be a jerk chicken stew. And this is my way of doing it. Things like this, you have to just make it your own. In here, I have some paprika mixed with a bit of sugar. All this is personal preference. You know, I like to do a lot of experiment, create different recipe. I'm adding some thyme. At the moment, I don't have any fresh thyme, so I'm using the dry thyme as substitute. Over here, I have some all-purpose, which I made up. So I'm going to go ahead, add some of this in. So this is a dish that takes time. So, you know, if you love to cook, you're in the right place. And welcome. So I'm adding a bit of olive oil to this. I'm going to add a bit of gravy browning to this. And this is personal preference. You don't have to, but personal preference. When you're cooking, you have to make it your own. I'm just going to add a little bit of vinegar to this. And then to this, I'm going to add a bit of water to this. And the water is just to help the blending process. So that should be all right. So I'm just going to pop the lid on. So that's enough for me. So I'm just going to set this aside. So the next thing, so this is the marinade is good to go. Next thing what I'm going to do now, I'm going to prep my chicken. So I'm going to add another cutting board over this. Just set this aside. So I have some chicken which I bought in Lidl, which is leg meat. So now I have some water here. And what I'm going to do, as I said, this is personal preference. You do it how you want to do it. I'm going to add a bit of vinegar in the water. So the chicken, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some of the skin off. All this is personal preference. You don't have to. On this, I'll leave it like that. So that's how I do it. Now with this, if you feel like put it on the grill, you can put it in the oven but I feel for a stew today. So that's what I'm making myself. Okay, so that's good to go. So we're just gonna give him a bit of wash. Wash him off with the vinegar. And then we're gonna take it over to the other side. And we're gonna take the water off. Get this cutting board sorted out. So I'm just draining the water off. So once the water drained off, we're gonna start add our dry season to it. So for the season, I'm gonna add some all-purpose, some pimento leaf, coriander, thyme. So these are my mix. When you're at home, just make it yours. Just be creative and do what works for you guys. So over here, I have just some sugar mixed with paprika. You might never heard of that, but if you tried it, once you know how to use it, you don't need to put too much on it, just for balance. So with this now, get this open. So that's my marinade. We're gonna combine the dry ingredients to this. Make sure you get it in properly. It's up to you if you want to taste it. It's not gonna kill you, but you know, as a chef, done this many times. So I'm home, so I'm gonna add a little bit more season to this. Okay, now I'm gonna put some of the marinade on it. I don't want it too wet because I'm gonna add some more to it later. So I'm just gonna set this aside and get him ready for later. Here now, I'm gonna add a little bit of gravy browning over this. You can either leave this overnight to soak, but if you can cook, you don't need to worry about the soaking. Just give my hands a bit of wash. So the next thing what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna bring the put some heat on this. Just gonna set this aside. Here I'm using some basmati rice. Today I'll be using some tin red kidney beans. You know, if you want to cook some, that's fine. You can go ahead and do so. There's no harm in that. I'll be using some olive oil in this. So I'm just gonna bring the pot up to temperature, and then we keep working our way through. So for the rice and peas, I'm gonna measure probably about 2.5 cups of water in this. I'm just getting my water ready. So I'm using about 2.5 cups of water. So that should be ready. Should be okay for now. Next thing what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring that to a boil. And what I have to put in my rice and peas is I'm gonna use a bit of thyme. I'm using dry thyme. All of this is personal preference. Gonna add a bit of all-purpose to it. A little bit of sugar and paprika. Give it a bit of color. Don't put too much. In here, I have some coconut milk. So I'm just gonna put that in and let it start boil. I'm adding the peas in. Welcome to the channel, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Hi, Jackie. How are you doing? Please thumbs up the live. Welcome to the channel, everyone. Please thumbs up the live. Welcome to the channel. So what I'm doing now, I'm just gonna brown off the meat. I'm using olive oil, which is healthy. So we're just gonna set this aside because we're gonna need it later. Welcome to the channel, everyone. For those who just joined in, my name is Linden Houston. Welcome to Linden Houston Cooking. Today, just cooking my Sunday dinner. And I'm just doing a jerk chicken stew. So what I'm doing here now, I'm just browning off the meat a bit. On this side, I have some rice and peas that started to cook. So I'm just gonna give them a bit of stir. Taste it if it needs more seasoning. If it needs more, add some seasoning to it. Gonna put a bit of spring onion in it, but smash it a bit. Welcome to the live, Jackie. So basically what I'm doing now, I'm just getting some color on the meat. So what I'm going to do meanwhile, I'm just going to cut some bit of onion to go in it once it finished, because I like to season before and after. So what I'm doing, I'm just cutting some garnish, or you can call it season. So when it's near to cook, I'm going to add these to it. But whatever you have, you can put to it. I have some shredded carrots I'm going to add to it after. I'm going to add a bit of garlic to it and some more spring onion. Also, I'll be adding a bit of bell pepper. Journey with Jackie, thanks for your support. I'll be putting some sweet pepper in it, or some people call it bell pepper. It's the same. So that should be all right. And I'll be adding some shredded carrot to it, which is personal preference. Bit of shredded carrot to add to it. Welcome to the live, everyone. Welcome. So make sure you keep turning your chicken that they get nice and even color on it. So the rice pot is bubbling a bit. We're gonna give it another taste. So at this point, I'm gonna wash the rice to add to it. Welcome to the channel, everyone. Welcome. Jackie, I have 2 pieces of chicken for you. So I'm just gonna slip this aside because I don't want any water to get in this at the moment. And then I'll add it back over. So we're gonna give the chicken another turn. We're gonna rotate them. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna kind of cover the chicken a bit. Without adding any water, I'm gonna cover it. So I'm gonna turn it back down now. If you notice, what I'm doing is building up like the steam in it. So it helps to cook it a little bit faster also. So I'll finish with this, So I'm gonna set this aside. So the container where I have if you notice, look at the color already. You know, you want nice color like this. And we're gonna keep it going like that. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna tip a little in this, not all, just a little, and let him keep going. So we want nice golden color on it. You turn him again. If you notice, look at this. That's just natural gravy in that already. Put some water on my spoons. Welcome to the live, everyone. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and thumbs up the live. So the rice and peas bubbling. So we're going to give it a couple stir. That's prevent it from sticking. Give it another taste. Always when you're cooking, keep tasting until you get the flavor that you want. I'm gonna add some butter, a bit of butter to this. Personal preference. I want him to taste nice and fluffy. As you see this coming on, I'm gonna drop a piece of butter in this also. We're taking it to the next level. Welcome to the channel, everyone. So with the rice and peas, we're gonna reduce the gas a little. And what I'll do sometimes, I'll just move it across and then let it simmer. Put it on a low burner. These are looking so fine, looking very good. I'm looking for this nice golden brown color. Next, the rest of the juice off this, just pour him right in. So now we're gonna give him a bit of taste. Yeah. We're gonna add a bit more of the jerk season in this. When we finish with this, it's gonna be like a world class. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna start add a bit of vegetable in it and just let them cook down. So I had some and I'm gonna cover it. What's gonna happen now when you cover it, it's just gonna sweat down a bit. It's gonna dry down and then build up that thick, lovely, delicious gravy in the bottom of the pan without adding any thickening to it. No flour, no cornstarch, just build up on its own sauce. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove this and put over here on a smaller burner. That's how I do it. And then just let him keep sorting himself over here. For the rice, I'm going to give him another stir because I don't want him stuck. The next thing I'm going to work on, I'm going to do a little bit of salad to go with this. Nothing fancy, but I'll be using, I have some fresh spinach here, lettuce, and tomato. So I'm just going to make myself a lovely salad. Okay, so I just swap this knife. So this is personal preference for your salad. I'm just doing it a bit like this. So the spinach, I'm just going to rough chop it. These, just cut it in half. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add some grated carrot, which I already cut, to that. So I'm going to add some grated carrot. And I'm going to put some julienne peppers in that. So that should be all right for me. So we're just going to cut it long way, like so, to give it that bulk. So what I'm doing here, I'm not going to cut this too thick. I'm cutting them thin as possible. Okay, so that's my salad ready. What I'm going to do now with the salad, just a sprinkle of extra virgin olive oil on that. And if you feel like, whatever, salt and pepper, I'm just going to put a bit of all-purpose over this, combine it together. So that's my side salad ready on the side there. So now the chicken, I'm going to check the chicken again, and I'm going to give it a bit of stir. So I'll be putting my salad in that for the time being. As you can see, the chicken now coming on lovely. Look at that. That's what you want. So at first, don't put too much water on it. You don't need to rush it. Just take your time and work it. All those juice in the bottom, scrape them around. Give him a bit of turn again. You don't need to rush this. So if you've seen how rich the gravy is already, with no corn flour, no flour, nothing. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add a little bit more water to it. Watch this. And we're gonna let him boil up and reduce again. So that's how we're gonna do it. My salad, I'm just gonna crop my salad in my bowl here. So that's my salad there, good to go until. So the rice and peas now, I'm gonna check on the rice and the peas. Welcome to the channel, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Bring the camera up a little bit more. Yeah, that's good to go. So I'm gonna check on the rice and peas. This time, I'll be using a fork instead of a spoon. Because at this point, the rice probably half cooked. So you don't want to break them up. So I'm just using a spoon. So a couple more minutes. For this rice and peas, I'm using basmati rice. It's personal preference. You can use whatever rice you want to use. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a piece of aluminum foil, and I'm just going to put over the rice for letting steam through properly. You can use aluminum or you can use cling film, which is a plastic wrap, or you can use grease-proof paper. Now the world-class jerk chicken stew, I'm going to check it again because, as I said, you have to work it. This recipe is no play around. This is for who seriously want to cook. Look at that. See that? Look at that. Until now, no corn flour, no flour, nothing. What I might do when I finish, I'm going to tip a little bit more water in this, and then I'm going to add a little bit of ketchup. Not much. It's personal preference. You know, at times some Jamaican love ketchup. I'm one of them. I used to using ketchup. I don't have to, but it's personal preference. I'm gonna try this again because I want it to have a little bit of heat. Oh yeah. Doesn't get no better than this. Was gonna add a little bit more scotch bonnet, but what I'm gonna do, add some of this chili flakes in. Not much because this thing is hot. Bit more time. Keep seasoning, but try not to add too much salty substance in it. Now, if you notice, I use some of this. I leave back some. So now I'm just gonna add some of this over to this. That's how we're working it. So I'm gonna add a little bit more. A little bit more. I'm just gonna add some ketchup to this. And that's personal preference. So anytime now, within a couple of minutes, it's time to eat. Just wiping down a bit. So the chicken almost finished. Couple more minutes on the rice. Nice fluffy rice and peas. Yeah, actually dried out. Welcome to the live, everyone. Welcome. Journey with Jackie, thanks for all your support and thank you for all your encouragement. Soon I know Daniel will probably logged on Louis. I'm telling you, look at that. So this almost finished. I'm gonna tip a little bit more water to it. And 1 minute and it's done. So all that juice from the bottom, everything, just give him a bit of shake. Use your spoon and take it from the corner. So this is actually done. So we leave it like that for the time being. And you have the rice and peas here. Look at that. That's ready. Now, so whosoever want, just let me know. So this going. Look at that. That's how we're gonna do it, man. Sort them out like this. Welcome to the channel, everyone. Now I'm gonna turn this off. You notice, look at the color of this. Look at that. That's how we're gonna do him. We take a leg and we just put him like so. And then another thigh on top like this. Just spoon a bit of gravy over this. And then your salad, just take a bit of salad. And we just put him like this to accompany our meal. Look at that. You want to have that with avocado whatever you want to have it with, you know. That's the finished product. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support. And thank you for your time. Peace be unto you all. Please remember, like, share, subscribe, leave positive comment. Thank you all for watching.